The Tokyo Ice Cafe, since it's new here in Manila, as we make a research, it's new. As we want to deliver a great ambience of Japanese food. Since it's tropical country, there is a demand for desserts. So since the Korean Daisu is arrived in the Philippines, we want to bring the pride of Japan, which is specialized in category. There's a lot of competitors here in Manila, and what makes this concept different is we bring the Japanese category. In our category, we use the organic material, organic foods, and then we have our own syrup. We have our own made special syrup for us. It's all natural. There's no preservative with it. Our edge is, of course, here we make it all in one. It's not only serve coffee. We have our pasta. We have sandwiches. And what's new with us is the nigiraki. Nigiraki is a bear shape, which is like a bread. And then we have our special sauce for it. Not the typical coffee shop. We serve our main product, which is the category, which we have, or we use our syrup without the preservative, which is all natural and organic. With some ingredients with the product, we import it from Japan, so we can have the authenticity of the taste of Japan. As we have here at Tokyo Ice Cafe, this is in SM Mall of Asia. We plan to open more shops here in Manila. Of course, our other plans is having it for franchise. And we have our restaurant consultants. We can construct more new concept, not only specialized in desserts, but also the traditional Japanese food in the market. The new in Tokyo Ice Cafe, we serve pastas with the Japanese fusion because you know that Japan is not specialized with spaghetti or pasta. We make it here a new touch, a new taste for the Filipino market. We'd like to invite you here at Tokyo Ice Cafe. We're located at Entertainment Mall, SM Mall of Asia. Please do follow our Facebook and Instagram account. It's Tokyo Ice Cafe. And also, we plan to open our restaurant by June 2017. Please come and visit us as we will have the surprises for the first customers who will visit our restaurant cafe. See you here in Tokyo Ice Cafe.
Welcome back to Brand TV, and we have two handsome gentlemen on the show for this episode. First, we have none other than Mr. Joel Pascual, the president of PEP Tarsus Corporation. Thank you, Mr. Joel, for being here with us today. And of course, Mr. John Suzara. He is the event manager of this coming hotel show. So thank you so much again also for you, Mr. John. I have to say that it's good to have two handsome gentlemen here. Both of you very dapper today.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, thank you.
I have to ask you, of course, what PEP Tarsus Corporation is, because I need to know a little bit more. I have an idea, but I'm sure a lot of our viewers would like to know more about it.
Okay, we've been in the business of exhibitions for 17 years now. As of last year, we recently have been we're now part of the Tarsus Group. It's a London company, so we are now listed in the London Stock Exchange. And you probably have not heard of us much because we are better known by our shows.
Okay.
One of which is WOFEX, or World Food Expo. It's the biggest food expo in the Philippines. It's so big that it actually occupies World Trade Center and SMX at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah, so we also do it all over the country. But the biggest one is in August 2 to 5, as I said, both in World Trade Center and SMX Convention Center.
This is the hotel convention, right?
No, this is WOFEX.
No, this is WOFEX.
Yeah, we've been doing it for 17 years, but for this year, we are actually innovating by introducing a new component. We're co-locating the hotel show, which John here represents.
So as you mentioned that you are mostly known for the events that you have made, but not really from your name. So how do people actually get to contact you, or they find out about you, especially since you do such a great job with this?
Well, what we're happy about is that our show has actually become a brand. In fact, people introduce me as Mr. WOFEX, no longer by my name.
Okay.
It is known in the industry. If you're not in the food industry, I don't know if you'll know it, but if you're in the food industry, definitely you know what WOFEX is all about. And
we go there for the free food.
yes, also.
Because there are samples everywhere.
Correct. as I said, you probably go in hungry, you go out very full. But that's beside the point. What we're really there for is to provide an avenue for buyers and sellers to be together in one floor. And it's an international event. We get a lot of foreign exhibitors in, and we bring in about 50,000 people every year. So that's a lot of people that is also indicative of the growing food industry in the Philippines.
So is that 50,000 people at a time or 50,000
No,
people?
for the 4 days.
Okay,
yeah,
for the 4 days.
days.
All
You
right.
can't fit 50,000 in those venues
No, I
for
mean
one day.
changing.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
who go in and out, yeah.
Yeah, but we've been known to close our doors in terms of attendance because
Oh.
of too much people inside. But
Good problem to have.
it's a good problem, but a problem nonetheless. But
Yeah.
it has really truly become an effective platform
Mm-hmm.
for the food industry to source what they need for all their requirements in the hotel, restaurant, and catering industry.
I'm curious, how does PEP Tarsus start actually? I mean, how did it start? When did it really blossom here in the Philippines? What's the history behind that?
I have always been a restaurateur.
Mhm.
I've always had small restaurants or small food businesses. And whenever I go to this these older food shows all over the world, I always say I want something like this. And true enough, it attracts. You know, if you want something, you get it. And so when I started this events business, I never knew that it would grow this much. But it just every year it just keeps on outgrowing itself. And so the industry that I used to belong to, wherein I was a buyer, I am now part of the seller
Okay.
group now by establishing these exhibitions. So it is an effective medium, really, honestly, because where else can you canvas all the suppliers from all over the world in one go,
Yes.
right? If you go, let's say, if somebody from, let's say, Davao goes to Manila and tries to source, they can only go to so many stores. But if they go to an event like Wolfex, they have the world at the palm of their hands, right? And the feedback's immediate. Unlike other media ways of promoting, in an exhibition you can get all senses working.
Yes.
You can smell the product, you can taste it, you can touch it, you know. And this advantage is what makes it very, very effective.
Because of course, when you're looking online, or if you're going to call them one by one, you still
Yes.
have to take a lot of time.
Correct,
Instead
correct.
of just these 4 days, it's going to
Yes,
probably take
yes.
a week, a month.
You just go from booth to
Yeah.
booth to booth.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, you can get to explore things that you didn't know even existed.
Actually, that eureka moment is what makes it very, very nice. In fact, in our shows, we make it a point that there's always something new. Because the well-established brands are there, you know where they are. But when you go to a show and finally experience, wow, there's this product, I didn't know it existed. I didn't know that there was a supplier in the Philippines. And when you have those eureka moments, making that trip to Wolfex really makes it all worth it. Yeah.
And it also gives opportunities for people to get discovered a little bit more and
Correct.
compete somehow with the bigger brands.
And speaking of competition, we also have the Philippine Culinary Cup. It's the biggest culinary competition in the Philippines, participated in by a lot of countries, not only in the Philippines. It's both professional and amateur. But what's nice about it is the gold that they win in this competition is recognized as a gold all over the world. It's not
Okay.
just local. And it enables us to bring in more of the chefs and the restaurateurs into the show, and which leads us to the only missing part of the show, which is the hotel industry, the hoteliers. And given the global, the massive buildup of hospitality in the Philippines, we thought it was appropriate to bring it in right now, which is why we brought in the hotel
Yeah.
show.
So now talking about the Hotel Show Philippines, I am wondering, is this something that happened outside of the Philippines and you're bringing it here, or is it starting in the Philippines and hopefully planning to expand it from this country?
Okay, the Hotel Show Philippines it's a launch in the Philippines. It is organized by DMG Events, another UK-based company, and the organizers, we are based in Dubai. I'm actually based in Dubai and here for a week to promote the show.
But
And
you're Filipino.
I'm Filipino,
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, by heart, mind, and blood. Yeah, and it originated in Dubai. The hotel show in Dubai has been running now for 18 years, same as Wolfex, same age as Wolfex. It's the biggest and the premier and leading hospitality event in the MENA region, which is Middle East, North Africa. And this is our fourth we call it like in the exhibition world, like a geo clone of the event. We have the hotel show Dubai as our mother show. We have the hotel show Saudi Arabia, the hotel show South Africa, and now we are launching it here in Asia and in the Philippines. And together, we are excited that we are co-located and co-organized by PEP Tarsus and Wolfex with their popularity and their, because they're very established in the, shall we say, hospitality market. Because when you talk about food and beverage, it's part of hospitality. So what we're trying to come up now is present the hospitality in a holistic approach within the Philippine industry. So a big component of that would be food and beverage, and outside the food and beverage, or HoReCa, which is a hotel, restaurant, catering sector, would be the other components of hospitality, and that will sit in the hotel show.
So everyone is invited, but the people who are more encouraged to go are mostly the suppliers.
Yes, the exhibitors are basically the suppliers, manufacturers, distributors to the hospitality industry or market in the Philippines. Now the visitors or the buyers would be the hoteliers and the restaurant owners and operators to, to the market. And that's a good marriage of the two shows, because when we talk about hospitality, that should cover the A to Z of hospitality, from interiors, food and beverage, technology, building investment, anything and everything under the sun when you talk about hospitality.
So now I understand why you would work with Wolfex and of course PEP Tarsus, but I want to know why the Philippines, why did the company, the UK-based company who is staying in the UK or originally, sorry. So I understand now the UK company based in Dubai
Yes.
is choosing the Philippines. Why did it choose the Philippines out of all of the countries here in Asia?
Okay. Now, the launch of the hotel show Philippines, apart from us co-locating with one of the most popular brand in the food industry, Wolfex, it is the market that we are presenting. It's not really the show, because when we talk about the hotel show globally, it is recognized already by the hotel suppliers.
Yeah.
Because everybody participates in the Middle East. It's around 30,000 square meters, 700 exhibitors, visited by around 30,000 visitors every year. Now, we launched also the hotel show Saudi for 6 years now, and that is catering to the Saudi market, which has the biggest tourism hospitality industry in the Middle East. And
Which
also,
not many people realize.
exactly.
Yes.
And then we have the hotel show South Africa, which opens the gateway to the African region. Now the Philippines, because our industry in terms of tourism, hospitality is emerging. So this had a very careful study, look into the market. We are being supported by by key personalities in the industry, like the Tourism Board of the Philippines, and also Colliers, which is our knowledge partner. So they provide us statistics, the market knowledge, and that's what we present to not only to the Philippine industry, because we are catering to the Philippine market,
Yes.
but the show is of international level.
Yes.
So we have exhibitors coming all the way from different parts of the globe, and to sell basically to the Philippine market.
I'm sure this is something that we can all be proud of, because since you mentioned that the tourism here in the Philippines, it is really emerging.
Yes.
And having an international brand like the hotel show coming to the Philippines, it's saying something about our economy and saying something about our potential.
Confidence on the Philippines.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Confidence on the Philippines.
Yeah, and it's not only it's not only about the show itself. I mean, catering it to the market in terms of food and hospitality. But what we're trying to establish also is to put out there that the Philippines is also ready for like events. When it comes to the events industry, that we are capable of running international shows in the Philippines. That hopefully one day, the international brands that we're trying to bring into the Philippines will put in their calendar that August, sometime August will be the show in the Philippines to reckon with.
Yes. So I'm sure being a Filipino, you're also very proud to hold this event, international event here in the Philippines.
Yes, very excited, very happy. Been running international shows for a number of years now, and I've been wanting like a show in the Philippines, not really just to showcase my expertise in running exhibition, but to showcase the Philippine market as well to the to the global market. And it makes us very excited that also we're co-located with the expert in the industry in the food in the Philippines, which is Wolfex.
So now let's talk about the partnership that you have together as Wolfex and of course the Hotel Show Philippines. I want to understand how you come together, how long you've worked together, and when this is going to be, so that everybody can really jot it down in their calendars.
When we started this, it was uncharted waters for us.
Mhm.
But having done this now for about 6 months and leading to the show, we've worked quite well, and we're hoping that everybody comes to World Trade Center and SMX and witness what we are doing here. Because we do believe that we're gonna come out with a world-class show here, and that we will be able to provide all the needs of the hospitality industry here. So if you are a restaurateur,
Yes.
resort owner,
Hoteliers.
hotelier, you
Yeah.
know,
Entrepreneurs?
entrepreneurs
yes.
as well who would like to go, whether as a distributor or as a user of all of this equipment and products, you know, they're most welcome to come and visit. And we've got both
Yeah.
17, 18 years experience each. So if you combine that, you know, that's a
Almost
tremendous
40
amount,
Yes.
tremendous
years.
amount of experience
Yeah.
behind us, which is our guarantee that's going to be a good show.
Yeah, and what makes it exciting because the two shows are co-located. So if you're looking for food, beverage, hotel, restaurant, catering, and they're the expert in the industry. They know what they're doing. They've been in the market for 18 years. So you go to Wolfex. Co-located with that is the hotel show. If you're into hospitality, if you're a hotelier, resort owner, entrepreneur, and you want to know latest technology, latest brand, what's in store for the hotels for the coming years in the Philippines, then you can visit the hotel show.
And it's a good thing that you got two venues, so that means it's a little bit more spacious than it used to be in the past years, and they're not very far from each other. So you can go from
Yes.
SMX to World Trade
We
Center.
actually,
Yes.
we actually provide free shuttle service between the two.
Oh,
So you can
okay.
park at any place and then just take the shuttle.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Or if you want to jog from all of that eating, you can just
Yeah.
follow
You can as well. You can as
be in
well.
your workout
Yeah.
outfit and then go ahead.
Look for a bed supplier in the hotel show. And
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
yeah.
So this is great news. I'm really excited for this, and I hope everybody has the opportunity to also join in. Do you have any social media accounts, websites that they can check out so that they can buy the tickets, or do they go there and buy the tickets themselves? How is the process if I want to be a part of it to join?
The two shows has different, own websites.
We have
Wolfex has,
Wolfex.com.
Yeah.
Everything you need is there.
Wolfex.com.
Yeah, it's there.
and it's for us it's www.thehotelsshowphilippines.com.
The Hotel Show Philippines, complete Philippines.
Yes.
Okay, the hotelshowphilippines.com.
Yeah, and our registration is live on site, so you can visit the website, register yourself, pre-register yourself. It will fast track your entry to the show.
Yeah, it's always better to pre-register
Yes.
anyways.
It saves you
This is in
time from,
August.
from lining up.
Yes, August 2 to 5.
August 2 to 5. So those are really important dates that you shouldn't miss at all.
Yes.
And is there anything else that you would like to add for our viewers?
Well, for me, a visit to Wolfex, you don't really just have to be in the food industry.
Mhm.
What we are here is trying to spark an idea. If you have extra income or extra time that you'd like to get into another business, maybe you can go there and experience and probably find an idea of what you can do.
Be inspired.
Be inspired. And if we do that, we would have achieved our job. So we invite everybody to come.
Thank you for that. And you, Sir John?
We're just inviting everybody, since it's the launch of the Hotel Show Philippines, for the support of the market. It's not only going to be in Manila, but we're covering the entire archipelago. So I hope they can come all the way from south to north.
Okay, so everybody's invited again. And of course, if you want to be more inspired as an entrepreneur, or you already have your own hotel or restaurant, anything like that, you are more than welcome to join. It's safe for kids as well, right? So if they're a family.
No, unfortunately, it's only 16 years old and above.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for the hotel show, it's a pure B2B show.
It's a
trade show.
Okay, okay. So at least it's clear for all
Yeah.
of you if you have any questions. Again, you can visit www.thehotelsshowphilippines.com and www.wolfex.com. So thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
inviting
Joel
us. Thank
and
you.
John for being here on Brand TV, and it was a privilege to meet the both of you as well. And I hope that you get to come back for season 2. Maybe we can actually go to your show.
Looking forward to
Yes,
that. Yeah.
please.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are excited for that show, and you're excited for what's going to be coming up next right here on Brand TV.
Red Baron, yung restaurant natin, is American steakhouse. We have burgers, specialty drinks, coffee, even we serve liquors.
Goodbye.
Hi guys! Gusto niyo ba kaming makita? You know what to do. Just subscribe lang sa Blade TV.
Drama's not a thing here, nothing's too obscure for the life of a mentee. The difference is jarring, everything is in a new light. Quick, somebody pinch me. No routine, no struggle, no personal bubbles popped. Cause we purposely crossed the line from the first high down to the last goodbye. That's how you know that you're in for a hell of a ride.